Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Reddit Raisins. Today's tyrannical posteric is on r/am I the bad hole. Before the video starts, please leave a like and subscribe. Let's continue with the video. Am I the bad hole for giving my son a better life and spoiling him more than his siblings will ever get to be? Brief background: about 9.5 years ago my wife cheated on me, got pregnant, and left me for him. Courts gave them custody of our son because single dad vs family. I've since gotten remarried and had a couple kids, 7 and 5.5. Ex and her new man have also had 2 more kids. Wife and I both work as engineers and have dang good salaries, to put it lightly. Ex and new husband haven't ever done particularly well. Ex-wife didn't want me sending my son lavish gifts or taking him on the family vacations, so her other siblings won't get too jealous and build resentment towards him. Her words. Meanwhile he was understandably, I feel, upset he wasn't getting as nice a life as my other kids were. As he got older he asked to come live with me. I said yes, I'd love to have him. Ex-wife said no, thank God the courts sided with what my son wanted. Since moving in everything's gone fairly smoothly for us. My younger kids love having their big brother around all the time. He loves them. We still go on our vacations every January, though had I known how bad Rona was back then I'd have probably held off this year. For his 16th birthday he got a nice used boot he wanted. Since then shit's hit the fan with his mom/my ex. Just how much has getting to do. Keeps texting and calling both of us about how his younger siblings will never be able to get all he has, and it's not fair, and now her kids are upset, and how I'm a horrible dad for forcing his siblings to resent him. I finally told her I don't care, I want my kids to have a good life, and if she wants an adult or a hus would have a better life too. Did I go too far there? Before we look at the comments, I believe Original Poster's ex-wife is the bad hole. I understand that both parties, Original Poster and his ex-wife, wants the best for their kids. She doesn't want her own kids to feel left out due to how her ex-husband is treating their kid, and Original Poster just wants to show love by buying gifts for his son. But she has no right to deny Original Poster's kid gifts from his biological father. I know it will seem unfair towards the ex-wife's children, but sometimes life just doesn't go your way. Original Poster is clearly in bounds and what he is doing is perfectly fine. Not the bad hole, they're not your kids, and no one is forcing them to be resentful except her. Keep being a good dad to all your kids, and don't worry about it. Imagine how much resentment the boy would build up if Original Poster gave him and treated him to less than his other kids. The son would resent his paternal half-sibling for getting more than him, his mother for demanding it, his father for giving it, and his maternal half-siblings for being the root of the problem, and all that, so that the ex's precious babies don't feel bad because they don't get as much as Original Poster's son. Exactly. This is exactly what would happen, and this guy's 100% not the asshole. Absolutely. I can't even believe that some Original Poster will think this way. Not only that, but then they have the balls to say shit like this out loud. I wish Original Poster could hear how stupid and ridiculous they sound sometimes. Lol, really though, especially since he lives with them now. It's not fair to ask anyone to hold back on giving their children what they can, because other children might not have the same. But I can't imagine how a tween or teenage boy would Original Poster with living in a house where he gets to see what his siblings get every single day while getting treated as less than. The son is already split between 2 families, whereas his half-siblings on both sides get to live with both their parents, all because the mom cheated, and now she has the nerve to drag that poor kid even more in the middle and throw him under the bus so it doesn't cause any troubles in her new family. That woman has some audacity. Exactly. Children, Johnny gets more than you at Christmas because I cheated on his father with your father. I suspect that ex's precious babies aren't the real problem here. Ex and her new husband are jealous that Original Poster makes more money than them. Anyway, not the bad hole. Ding, ding, ding. Someone in the back has bingo. My older brother just closed on his first house. I'm really happy for him, but it's pretty unlikely with where I live and what I do that I'll be able to do the same by the time I'm his age. I just won't be able to have the same life he has. This doesn't mean that the solution is for him to give up on his house dreams. You don't create equality by forcing peer-inigal postural to have less so others don't feel bad. Everyone ends up worse off that way. If you feel bad, you can create more good by thinking of little things he can share with the rest of his family, maybe a video game he can play with everyone, or nice snacks he can share, or you can do nothing at all. It isn't your job to keep other kids from envying your son. It's your ex-wife's job to teach her kids that they can have more too by working hard and getting good jobs. Not the bad hole. Love this. It's not about what hand you're dealt. It's about what you do with it. Or inigal poster is the dealer, mom is the teacher, or inigal poster can be a teacher too. And this is a great example of how or inigal poster would not be enough or not doing this, but it's a nice idea. Or inigal poster, definitely not the bad hole. While I agree that it's by no means or inigal poster's job to keep his ex-wife's kids from envying their mutual son, it would be a very kind act for him to try his best to help his son have a good relationship with all of his siblings. So yeah, little things like letting him take video games to his mom's house to play with his siblings, or cash to take them to the movies, etc. would great. Not to appease the ex-wife, but to make sure your son's relationship with his siblings doesn't suffer because of their mother's poor choices. Or inigal poster is not the bad hole. I think you're right on the money about encouraging him to share with his siblings in an inigal posterior way. I'd bet that dad is already modeling this by providing extra experiences and care for his children. He seems to believe that if you have good fortune, you should share it. I know or inigal poster and his son can't do anything about what the ex-wife says to her kids, but they can be kind and model good behavior for the siblings, more so the brother, but I'd like to include dad, because he's setting an example for his oldest, who may set an example for his siblings. Agree. Things like movie vouchers, tickets to a local fair, etc. are all great ways for his son to build a good relationship with his siblings and share his good fortune to have parents who can afford nice things. Or inigal poster is 100% not the bad hole, but it also isn't his ex's kids' fault their parents aren't well off. It can be hard for kids to see their sibling get more treats, so I think taking some small steps to protect the relationship is a good idea. Not the bad hole. You're right. She made her own damn bed. Of course your kid should get treated the same by you as your other kids. And it's amazing you're doing so, and have done so, all along it seems. Wanna have words with my ex who doesn't treat our son the same as his kids with his now wife. She is basically asking you to treat one of your kids different to the others. Total screaming or inigal opposite of what a mother should want for their kid. She's being a nightmare here. No wonder your son wanted to go live with you. Luxuries aside, 100% this. What kind of shitty negative men at the bad lality is this? As a parent myself, I'd want the best or inigal opportunity my kids could get their hands on in whatever situation they are in, even if it means the other sibling might miss out on. It's a life's lesson. Life isn't fair, and will never be, and don't waste your energy stewing in jealousy. My younger kids love having their big brother around all the time. He loves them. This, above all other things, makes you not the bad hole. You're providing for your son and family, and that's commendable. He's also giving back by being a good big bro. It's not your responsibility what your ex thinks or does. You are not responsible for her emotions. Calling both of us about how his younger siblings will never be able to get all he has. They will never move out, get their own cars and families. Also, what a sad and twisted thing to say, putting only value on material things. Now her kids are upset. Not your problem. How am a horrible dad for forcing his siblings to resent him? No, she's doing that all by her lonesome. That last bit. X should be parenting her kids, not whining about things being unfair to or an eagle poster. Thank you for watching. For an eagle poster you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and press the notification bell for more videos when I post. Take care and stay safe.